G'day everyone, Jared here from Richos Electrical. We've got Bryce here as well from B Electrical. We're all wearing his gear together, it's because it's one of his jobs. We're here today at Cecil Hills to install 4 cameras. And we've got the Hilux 4K Pro Series all-in-one cameras. Some systems going on here, so we're going to have one on this corner. We're going to have 2 up on here, one facing the front, one facing the back, and one towards the back of the property. So we're going to show you how we all do it. Connect some Cat 6 cables together with some patch leads, and we'll show you how we all do it together. Tune in. I need to get a pole mount for this ladder. Come on, don't forget. That little lip up there is going to do me wonders. Let's get a drill. Sort this fan back out. Certainly handy. It looks sketchy. Certainly feels a bit. There'd be a wasp there. Don't get angry at me, please. You're gonna hurt if you come after me. Ah, you f***er. He's gonna come back and bite me, isn't he? It's more of you too. Oh, this could be interesting. How many of you are in there? Here's the big question. There's one I can deal with. If there's multiple, there's a big problem. At the moment, no. Hello, so nice to see you. There. And just how good? Where does that good? Absolutely stunning. We'll grab more tongues. We're going to go that way into the roof. Manholes about over there somewhere-ish. Another one directly across the other side on the other side of the roof. Then we're going to do one at the back on the back roof. Yeah, let's get into it. Good fun. Let's go get some cable and some electrical tape. How much is he left me? Hopefully, that'll be enough. Yeah. Electrical tape. Yeah. I do need a protein shake though. We need another tongue. We need Bryce to pop his head up the manhole. We need a texter, not blue, because we're blue cable. Just need another tongue. That's what I wanted the ladder for. Because I haven't got a rear step yet. Of course there's nothing in there. Did I just step in that? Nope. When you're labelling cameras, mainly for like apprentices and that. So we're just going to call this Cam 1, about another foot back. Label it again. Cam 1. Right? Or if just something goes wrong with that, it gets smudged or it's behind the tape, or you get someone who cuts the cables off rather than unwrapping the tape off the tongue. Label it there at the end, label it there at the end. About a foot back. That way you can't lose track on what that cable actually is. But also, if you've got it on a drum, label on the drum. As you, we've done that before. Make sure they're scribbled out after you use them. So cam 1, cam 2. I didn't do it on the first one, I should. A little tip, when you're doing numbers, put a dot afterwards. It guarantees which way the number's facing. It's not necessarily for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 and 10. More for your 6s and your 9s. When your 6s and 9s are upside down, and you can't actually figure out which direction the number's facing. If you have a word after it, it's alright, because you're obviously facing the way the word's facing. But sometimes the word's not facing that way, and there's no word there at all. So then you're stuck and you're like, which way does this number go? There's many ways to tape the tongue. When you've got a comfortable run, and you know there's not really going to be any snags in the way, overlap. You've got a better chance of cables staying on top of the tongue when you overlap the cables. But when it's going to be tight, you've got to get up a really tiny cavity or anything like that, tape the cables end to end, like that. So butt them up like a Chinese finger trap, and wrap your tape around them. So start on the tongue or on the cable, doesn't matter, wrap the tape around, and then butt them up, wrap it up, and solid. And give it a bit of a pull test before you're done. Make sure it's pretty tight, tensioned, and then up you go. Pull out some excess, reach under when you're in a roof. There'll be if you go with tile, there'll be a batten there. So what you want to try and do is not go over these trusses or battens. That's a truss. Under here where the tile sit is a batten. You want to go underneath them, because more for electrical, but we've got to have 50mm clearance on cables from touching any surface. Not that saying anything's going to happen while on a roof, but you don't want to take that chance of something going wrong. So they're more likely will be insulation, and in the corners they really stuff it in, which is what's happening for me right now. As a worst case scenario, you might have to actually go a bit higher on the tiles, open a few more tiles up higher. Winding our way through, hitting timber. I want to redirect, come another direction. I'm still hitting timber, so I'm going to go up a bit higher, open another tile. Wedge this in place, so don't lose it. Say hello to Bryce, he's filming me as well. 6 footer in the manhole. Let's see if you can see this tongue coming through. You need 10 metres? Driver's side draw. So obviously we've got this truss which will go all the way up to that pitch of the roof. So I won't be able to hit that. And usually about 600 away, which is probably about 2 tiles, is another batten. Sorry, another truss, right? All over here is another truss here. So what we want to try and do is be in between that bay, but obviously I was never going to get past with this tongue, this insulation up here. So come up a bit higher, we'll go to the batten, try and stuff that all the way through there. Going like a breeze now, right? So once Bryce jumps in the roof, sticks his head up, it may not go on the roof for me. Like that, just find its way through, let that sit in place, just like that. And we'll go on the roof, and we'll try and pull that through. And hopefully these cables are friendly enough and just roll on their own. Alright, let's go and have a look. This stuff here sucks. This insulation here, we used to do air cons full time, used to fall apart very easily. You're up? Yep. Nowhere to grab. Oh, what's that? There's nowhere to grab. Gotta do it the hard way. Oh yeah, spacious. I see yellow tongue. See what I mean? So this insulation is just horrible. Temperature of the roof, it just peels away. It's just very, very crap plastic. Just corrodes from heat. Difference of temperature backwards and forwards of the aircon system. And there is my tongue. Oh, if I can get to it without falling through the roof. Got him. Now, I can't see what I'm doing, so probably should have brought. Oh, not on, sir. Put this up there. Ow! Bang me head. Alright, so running cables through a roof. Don't do this. Don't run on top of ducts. Because all that's going to happen is it'll get snagged somewhere, someone will step on it somewhere. A little bit of effort, just put it underneath. It's not hard. Lift up ducts. If the installers, shed a bit of care when they're doing it, and they learn the trade properly, they'd actually be lifting these ducts up. I'm going to put these glasses away. So again, same again, I just tripped on that cable that's running over top of the ducts. Oh, only stand on timbers. If you're not sure if it's secure or not, like this one's a very thin timber, so I don't want to put all weight on that one. So, tongue's under here, there it is. And our NVR is just there, and we're going to go right there. Beautiful. Let's get out of this roof and go get this other two. Our cable, our tongue. This one is camera 3. I'm not going to label the box because I'm only using one box at a time. So we'll grab our trusty texter. Hey, we got the black tape, everyone. A little trick when it comes to taping cables to tongues, or taping tongues together. When you get to the end of the tape, just give a little fold, nice little flag. And that way, when Bryce or myself or anyone you're working with, it's more for apprentices really, if you're crawling on a roof, and your tradesman's trying to pull the cables out, just leave a little flag there and it makes it easier for him to get the end of the tape off without cutting the tongue off or cutting the cable off. It makes it easier for you when you're trying to pack it up, and then when he pulls out, the tradesman pulls out the tongue next time, he doesn't get angry because there's a tongue. He's got tape on it. Back in the jungle. Just call me George. As I say, what are the chances that was going to happen? Oh, hang on. Yeah, man, hang on a minute. It feels a bit tight, so I'm not making promises of it, but that went up so bloody well, it's not funny. So I don't need to. Is I just want to grab the end of the cable, just like this. I'm going to put a little knot in it. Just like that. So that way, when that comes off the drum, if I run in the cable, so what it won't do is it won't go through that hole up there, right? That's the goal. That's the idea. So let's hope this will just sneak up and go up into that hole. No problems. Right, let's go on the roof and have a look. Alright. Head torch on, let's see what we're doing. Alright, I'm going to go over the top of this, Mr. Aircon. Alright, we're up. Ugh. I don't like the look of that roof over there. It looks like a bit tricky. I've been doing this way too long that I know I can get in there, and if it doesn't look good. So, calling in roofs. It's always a fun little exercise, but you always want to be standing. If you can stand in these, always best, because then you've got spaces either side to grab on. Alright, so you can crawl over, set your feet in there. That's going to be probably the most secure place you could stand if you wanted to, because you can just stand there freely with no hands, right? When you get over, you usually can see these gaps in the insulation, and you can put a foot on a timber. These cross timbers that are over here, you can't always trust. So you can stand on them, but a lot of times they're like a batten, which is very similar to the ones they put for tiles, and they're very thin. They don't carry a lot of weight. They don't have very good density in them. So when you are walking along in a roof, just always make sure you have your footing secured on something nice and hard as you're walking along. As you get older and you progress a bit further, you'll understand where to stand and how to do it, and you'll know not to stand on that timber. Let's make sure my foot's secure, and you won't have to check every single timber that you step on, but so always be mindful of everything that you got to step over, like coaxial cables that coax guys, TV and data who just run through the roof without a care in the world. And when you get a spot like this is where you hate your life and you question what you've done to yourself, because you've got to be on your hands and knees crawling through very itchy insulation. I don't know how I'm actually going to get in there, if I even will get in there, but I guess we'll figure it out together, won't we? There's not even insulation in there, so even the insulation guys gave up trying to get it in here. You're only getting the point of view angle right now. If only you could see the angle I'm actually in. Oh, and I can see the tongue. She's right there. Alright. Okay. 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 Alright, okay. We better wait. There we go. Oh, dropping my screws. I don't need them, but I don't want to leave them in here. Alright, okay. Now we're out of this hole. Doesn't want to come. You should wear a mask in a roof, especially like this, these very old dusty ones. Alright, we may have to go crawling in here, unfortunately. Not that we want to, that we have to. Okie dokie. We are currently laying down in this roof. We are full commando here. Oh, no wonder we can't get it. Oh, it went over the buttons like we said earlier we can't do. But we'll get there. Let's just a bit of perspective right now. This is the position that we are in here. Hello everyone. The chances of me like actually hitting that spot was pretty hard. Oh, sorry, you can't see anything getting out. Sorry, excuse the tongue. Yeah, not good. Oh, I can get myself into some holes, can't I? I'm gonna turn around here. One foot's definitely stuck. Definitely part contortionist in this area of the industry. That was definitely hurting a lot. I was getting my hips jammed in the timber behind me. Look at this. This is what I've got to deal with. See? I have a lot to play. All this artwork. Stay there while we feed this through here. Stay there for a second. All down. All down, this one. Just don't do as I ask. Okay, we can't keep playing this game. Give me a second while I get out of this hole. Okay. Oh. Hey. I've still got my phones. Okay. Okay. Stay. You go. You get out. Alright, I'll put you on here. Oh, get me out of here. Oh, come on. This must be what it feels like to be giving birth. Sorry. Being birthed, I should say. Tunnel out the hole. You see me on the other side. The timber you're sitting on. See you later.